So there's a small YouTube channel named Evelyn Sinclair, and I actually just got a heart attack before starting the script for this video because I thought she didn't have a YouTube channel and only discovered her through doom scrolling Instagram reels. Sorry, I'm not gonna cut that out. I think I'm just gonna leave that there. But anyways, thankfully she showed up when I typed in her name, and I'm very relieved and proud to say that I can still keep the gig up of, it's just saying this small YouTube channel. And yeah, I mean, getting back on topic, Evelyn over here has done a lot of things that I'm not exactly thrilled about. And it's not even just content wise either, I just don't like her content in general. It's such a really scary precedent that, if left unchecked, would actually harm real victims that they supposedly portray themselves as in the long run. And before we continue, please don't go watching these videos or going out of your way to harass her. If you do, you are a certified fatherless loser who has nothing better to do than to harass people in your free time, and it's a complete waste of time. It gets nothing done. And if you really want to do some damage, just don't watch her videos, because then it'll kill the engagement. Eventually they'll stop doing these things. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say for disclaimers. No one really gave me this idea. Once again, I discovered it through doom scrolling. And keep in mind that everything I'm saying here is all just alleged. I'm not saying this for a fact. I haven't gone over there myself and seen the site. I don't know whether or not they're doing all the things that I'm saying that they are. But this is just from what I've observed and from my own personal knowledge. I'm not a professional or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, don't take everything that I say as a fact. Do your own research. Take a look at their page and see what you think of it. But other than that, I don't really say the truth here. I'm just saying, like, this is all speculation. None of this is just fact. So yeah, I mean, with that being said, let's begin. Essentially, what Evelyn does is, along with her cult leader Ivy Bloom, I'll explain the cult part in a bit, they both pretend to be homeless vagabond people that do the whole "here's how I protect myself in anywhere that is not my home" type of trend. But they take that trend and run like they're Usain freaking Bolt with it on a damn 400-meter sprint, mad dashing their way out of the norm in a pretty bad way. In one of Evelyn's videos where she collaborates with Ivy, apparently the couple require their guests to eat off the floor because of sanitation issues. I don't know where that string of words got sewed together, but regardless, as a person fighting a viral infection at the time of writing this video, I'm like now free of that viral infection. So parts of my skin still like peel off every now and then, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm fine. Anyways, I'm pretty offended that they had the audacity to say in their reels that porcelain plates cause micro scratches which can harbor bacteria, and then they proceed to eat on a surface that had their crusty ass toes rubbing up against it. Number one, just wash the plates. And number two, let's just say it does harbor bacteria. You're having the wrong concern here. Porcelain plates, if there's micro scratches on there, which even then you're still washing it off, there's gonna be like micro pieces of porcelain on there that got scratched off of the porcelain plates. So that's what you should probably be concerned about. But then again, it can still be washed off. You can still wash it off. So there's no problem here as far as I can see. But then again, they probably don't believe in dish soap, so whatever. And the way they have their guests do stuff make no sense either. And this is assuming that they actually do. I'm pretty sure that they don't, but assuming that they do, I'm pretty sure that they either don't have any friends or don't make their guests do whatever stuff they have their guests do, supposedly. And since they're a bunch of money hungry bastards, I think it's the latter. Speaking of being a penny pinching person like yours truly, let's talk about the sponsorship reel that they did. In one of your sponsorship reels, yeah, your greed ended up exposing yourself, big whoop. Your shoes here are pretty damn clean, and they're also a different pair of shoes as far as we can see from your normal homeless everyday whatever. So I'm more inclined to believe that whenever rent is due, you guys just get out there in your raggedy pants that are very clean cut, by the way. These are clearly clean cuts and not just natural tears or falls from whatever. They are clearly cut by some sharp instrument of some sort. And I also know that you can't just accept sponsorship money without a bank card of some sorts. And you can't really make a bank card without an address. So I don't really see how you could accept the money unless you went over there and got like the check by hand or whatever. But other than that, I don't really think that you would even be able to take the sponsorship money. But yeah, I mean, hey, that's just me. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they have ties with whatever, and I'm gonna find myself in a few days with 3 bullets magically in the back of my skull. So I don't know, but just saying, like, you can't really do this if you're homeless. And sure, okay, fine. If you really want to insist, if you really want to put some doubt on me, give them the benefit of the doubt. Assume that whenever wisdom chases me, I run faster. And this is one of the rare scenarios where they can just get a credit card without proof of residence. That's fine. However, they literally film these videos at the exact same site. You can see the same trees, the same green mesh or whatever. Apart from, allegedly of course, faking homelessness, fabricating lies on what they do in their personal lives, and taking in sponsorship money that pretty much debunks the fact that they're homeless. Or mostly does. Maybe there's a small chance that they have a credit card. But anyways, you get the idea. That stuff, like, I'll just put that aside for a moment. Last time I checked, it was illegal to commit fraud by pretending to wear a fake pregnant belly in order to panhandle money from strangers. Even if you actually are homeless, that's still a crime that you just documented right there and posted on the internet. And I don't know whether or not the donors are actors as well. They probably are, but still, it's messed up regardless whether or not it is true that you guys are homeless, because you're just showing how low you would stoop. And another thing that they fake, which is much more serious, is that they allegedly, of course, fake having a stalker for internet attention. Do I have any proof of this? Any solid proof? Well, no, not really. Other than them literally posting all their information online for the stalker to conveniently see, the stalker wearing the suit that looks like something straight out of Freakbait's channel, the stalker never doing anything other than waving, I guess, the crying here that's more phony than Logan Paul saying he's not going to sue CoffeeZilla, and the fact that they film at the same site every single time. I don't really have any real concrete evidence. I mean, that's all I can really say. So obviously I'm just pulling assumptions out of a magician's hat, like, my bad, gang, but I mean, this is just from what I'm seeing here, and this is just what I think. And if it's false, then I'm sorry, but I genuinely don't see this as being a believable thing. I've read too much manhwa to know. But this is just one of the things that actually does genuinely make me upset, because when she pretends to be a victim, she takes eyes away from the pregnant mothers who are homeless or not in a good financial standing to be having a kid. Yet it's too late to abort the kid. And by her pretending to be this attention-seeking stalker, she's also making it harder for real victims of stalking to get the safety they need from their stalkers by making it seem as if a majority of victims are just attention seekers. Pretty messed up thing to be doing. Also, for people who don't care about materialistic things, they sure seem to have a lot of materialistic things. In this reel right here, you can see that they are paper shredding their money for some sort of cleansing ritual or whatever it is, which kind of contributes to the whole cultish thing that makes them seem like a cult. And whether or not that's real money, it's up to the professional. But personally, since that paper is whiter than printer paper, which, by the way, it's illegal to print out government issued currency, like, that's illegal, you can't do that, I think it's safe to say that it's fake money. Even if it was real money, that's a huge crime, but since I think it's fake money, then these guys are setting themselves up for a very goofy contradiction that I'll actually point out right now. Since you have a camera person or whatever the heck, because someone's got to be holding the camera, and since the camera position is a little bit shaky right here, it's clearly not on a tripod or anything like that, so I can only assume that you're hiring someone to film for you, and on top of that, you guys film at the exact same site every single time, so y'all are either trespassing, which is illegal, you're on public property, which I would just get another job at that point, or you own this, which is more than likely because you got this mesh thing surrounded up, like surrounding the place, which makes me believe that this is some sort of makeshift film site that you guys made somewhere. And these are clearly not cheap things, and this also leads me to think that you guys do actually have a job on the side at the very least, but you're just hoping to go viral for some sort of external motivation, like maybe you'd want money, maybe you'd want attention, or something like that. What that motivation is, though, really is something that I have no clue on, but the point is you guys are pretending to be victims when you guys literally decided to, in your fantasy, shred your own money, and then get sad you're experiencing rough times when you don't have the money to get things. Like, why are you doing this? And on top of that, you took a sponsorship thing, so why would you even shred the money in the first place? That makes no sense whatsoever. Now, back to the whole stalking thing. Do I really know that they're faking being stalked for sure? Again, no, I don't know whether or not they're faking being stalked for sure. Maybe they are real victims. But if you guys are faking it, which seems very likely to me, you guys should stop doing that immediately. You're downplaying the real suffering that victims of real stalking go through. And on top of that, it's all for your personal benefit, so you're just hurting people for the sake of your own benefit. And not to be mean or anything like that, I don't really consider you guys attractive. Like, you guys are not stalker worthy. You guys look ugly as hell. Now, am I hot stuff? No, I'm not hot stuff by any means. I look like I look like a baby that got dropped as a kid. I don't really look good at all. But I wouldn't consider you guys good looking either. Like, you guys just look not as attractive as someone who is worth getting stalked in the first place. So yeah, that's another thing. I just don't think that they're getting stalked at all. They're not hot stuff by any means. Like, their attractive features are not that very attractive at all to me. And yeah, I mean, that was just a personal like preference or something like that. I don't know. Other people can find her attractive, but I don't really find them attractive at all, and I don't think that they're stalker worthy. And yeah, I mean, refer back to the evidence that I provided, or quote unquote evidence. I don't really know for sure, that I provided earlier. If you really want to see the evidence and take a look at it for yourself, I guess. I don't really know. But yeah, I just really think that they're faking stalking because, they're posting all of this online. They're just actively letting themselves get stalked. And the stalker looks really weird and mentally deranged. But then again, all stalkers are deranged, so I don't really know. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say on Evelyn Hearts. Overall, she and her friend Ivy Bloom are a bunch of wankers who are, allegedly, of course, faking stalking and essentially just kind of parodying real victims of dangerous events for their own personal gain. And they can't even do it right either because some no-life kid sitting in his room is making rant videos on them and can point out inconsistencies. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say here. I hope you all have a good day, and bye.